Hello everyone and welcome back to the mouse hole with me on OnAnyMouse. If you watched the last video that I did, you'll have seen how we increased our soldier rank by doing flight missions by using the mailbox and missions which have the rifle icon in the mailbox, which give you experience for soldier missions as opposed to those which give you pilot experience with the spaceship icon. Today I'm going to show you something a little bit different. You may have noticed that I've got quite a lot of money in the bank here, and that's because I now have a faction. And these are the people who are helping me with my faction. Now I'm going to come back and talk about this a little bit separately, but right now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we got to this point where we've got lots of money coming in here. We've done that by taking over systems. So I now have, if I go to look at systems, I have taken over all of these systems, and some of them are costing me money, some of them are making me money, some of them are making me lots of money. And that's where this money has come from. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I do that. Now, the way that I started in this was actually following the story in the game, and that shows us how to set up and run operations. And when we set up and run operations, we choose which faction we're going to act against. Now I want to act against the faction that attacked me way back in the beginning, which was House Saragon. But unfortunately, you'll see that Saragon has no structures left, so if I select them, I have no bases of theirs to attack because they don't have any. There is, however, another way to find their systems and take them over for our benefit. If I go to the map with the M key, you'll see that as I hang over some of these systems that I own these systems. But as opposed to number 18, Isgard, that I do own, if we go look at number 16, Hesiod, you'll see that's owned by House Saragon. So we are going to head there, and I'm going to show you how we take over the system in a raid. So let's first of all head to Stargate. We'll tell the Atlas we want to go to system 16. And we'll head off there. Now, what's always a good thing to do before you do this, as your system's calibrating, hit your F6 key to save the game, because this is quite often where the game crashes. You'll see down in the bottom right hand corner we got a little check mark there that tells us the game was saved. We'll go ahead and jump now, and I found in my play that this is something that seems to hopefully reduce the number of crashes that happen. There seems to be a data mismatch perhaps that sometimes contributes to that. So here we are arriving at the gate. If you don't already know the shortcut, once we do get to the gate, as we've got a route set, we can just hit Control and the letter H for hotel, and that will activate the gate for us. Saves doing lots of mouse clicking. And then as we get to the gate, here is our route. And when going from one system to another, whoops, not paying attention there. When going from one system to another, we always go through one of these alphanumeric systems, N1 Alphaxos here, one of these transport systems that each little cluster of star systems has in them. And these, of course, are the ones where we have the faction hangars. So, here we are, arrived in Hesiod. Let's just get away from all these Abadai's hoardings so we can see what's going on. And if we bring up our map with the letter T, you'll see if we hover over any of these buildings, these planets, beg your pardon, or the stations, this system is owned by House Saragon. We want to take the system over, and the way we do that is to go to raid mode. Now, because there's not much in the way of structures in this system, we only have 2 points here. They're ones marked in red to capture. As systems get bigger and more populated and higher in level, there'll be more and more that you need to do. And here we have a list of all of my available pilots that I can click on to bring them into the raid. Now, because these pilots are all, the middle one is their pilot skills, they're all quite highly ranked now, higher than me actually, which is a really useful thing sometimes. I can bring them all here, and I can click on capture, confirm that, and we are now starting to capture the system. I could have done it originally, but I didn't, so let's now just start instructing these guys where I want them to go.
Please enter warp lay and wait in a safe orbit until the threat is eliminated. Rest assured,
and these guys will make pretty short work of anyone who's coming to get us. Now, I should be paying attention to what's going on, because that music is telling me that there are some people here for me to fight, but I know that they're also quite low level, so let's see where they are. And they're behind the Stargate. There they are, down there. You'll see my guns make quite short shrift of them because they are so far below my level. Destroyed. No more targets here, so let's have a look and see what's going on. You'll see that because we've taken these targets out, a big portion of this is no longer red, meaning that we're taking it over. And you'll see that the other pilots that I've sent in are gradually clearing the other area as well, and in fact we're seeing no other red items there, so that should mean that that's going to be taken over shortly too. This is a very quick example. Oh, we see some more fighters jumping in here.
System security forces are sending ships our way constantly. If we don't act fast, their numbers will increase rapidly. Let's grab what we came for and get out of here quickly.
Well, thank you for the warning, but we've already got everything done that we needed to do. And you'll see that our fame is going up as we do this. You'll also see that we have got some loot that's dropped from these guys, so let's just collect that while we're here. Even if it's not that great, we'll send the probe and collect it all, because this stuff makes some decent money for us. And here's the distress call that tells us that we have now won this system. If you look at the map, the raid is now over, and we're about to get a success mission, and that means that we have taken over this system, and it no longer belongs to House Sargon. There we go. And you'll see that when we now look at House Hesiod, it is ruled by OnAnyMouse, and we now have another system to add to our list. Whilst we're here, I'm going to show you something else that relates to this, because you'll perhaps have noticed that there are no buildings within the system. There are no stations. So whilst we're here, let's start doing that as well. I'm going to select a planet here. There are 4 planets we could choose from. It needs to be one where there isn't already a station. We'll select there, and I'm going to hit the B key to build a station. It'll ask us what kind of station we want. We can have an outpost, a full-on station, a capital. We can only have one of these, and I already have one, so that's not an option. A mining station, which will get us some resources, a factory, which will make us tools, and a research station, which will get us some research. We're going to go for just a basic station. What will we call this? We already have lots of mousehold things, so let's just call this Big Cheese. We'll build this, and our friend Jack, who we meet as part of the story, is going to help us build this. And if we now go back with the U key to the faction again, and to our systems and structures, these are all our existing structures and the defensive mechanisms that each of them have. And down the bottom here, we will have our system under construction, and we need these resources for it to be built. You can see I've already got quite a chunk of these resources, and those come both from the systems I already have, and I can get more from trading. So if I needed some more of the white item, which is basic resources, raw materials. Then I can select an amount of them and I can buy them, and that comes out of the faction balance. But as you perhaps saw, I have more than enough already to build this station. It's already at 3%, and once it's built, we'll then be able to add all of these items that are going to defend it, protect it. Now what we will find is that diplomatically we are now at war with House Serrigan, so they will start attacking us now unless we make peace with them. And there are two ways we can do with that. We can go to diplomatic actions and deal with anything actions that are there, or we can offer them peace, which I will try to do here. We'll see what happens. We won't ask anything in demand, we'll just send them an offer of peace, and they've rejected our offer. This seems to happen a lot. They seem to offer to refuse our offer all the time, and it makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to end these wars. However, they will at various times offer you peace, and when that happens, you'll get a little notification that will come up to tell you that, and you can just accept it. So there's how we take over a system. We are now building our new station around planet Larvis. I thought it was that one I selected, but perhaps not. And we will have yet another system bringing in more money for us. I hope that's been helpful for you. You now know how the rate system works. Perhaps in the next video I'll show you how we set up the faction pilots so that we can get people going in to do this for us. Hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks very much.